Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Hazelburn 21 year, 43.2% ABV. I love when numbers are in order. Dustin, a bottle that you've been wanting to get your hands on for quite some time. I'm happy you finally got it. Even happier I get to share it with you. What kind of cask maturation we got today, buddy?
All right, buddy. So we've got 80 bourbon, 10 sherry, 10 port.
When did they make this 2023 release?
This is 23, as far as I know. It's the only one they've done. We can blame Rob Whiskey in the Six for my purchase. So, Rob, it's all your fault.
Oh, you've been wanting this for quite some time.
Well, I was iffy on it based on the ABV, and Rob gave a very, very, very positive review for this. So I said, all right, I will go pick one up, because the only time Rob and I ever disagreed were on some of the very dark sherry notes in Springbank. So I prefer a little less than he does. Otherwise, I trust the guy. So
Jeremy is as well versed on Springbank as any dudes I know.
absolutely.
So, in that vein, if you guys are tuning this one, Hazelburn Springbank Distillery makes this. It is non-peated, triple distilled, which is rare. Usually things are double distilled.
Yeah.
So very clean malt, Dustin. We love the Olorosos every year. God,
Oh my God, they're great.
always. I'm getting aged and sweet sherry, Dustin.
I can't believe how much sherry comes off on this thing.
Did you say it was 20% of the experience?
10 is sherry and then 10 is port. I do think you're getting that port on the very end because it gets darker plums.
Yeah, it gets plummy at the end. You know, this goes back to something I've noticed with Springbank and said in other Springbank reviews. Just because sherry or port is 10 or 15% of the mix, that doesn't mean it's not more of the 50% of the experience. You know, we've had ones with a little bit of sherry, then the sherry took over the entire experience.
And we've had 100% sherry where it actually was so subtle you barely noticed it because it was a very refilled cask. You never know what Springbank's going to give you.
Exactly. You can't look at those percentages and make any real determination, other than they're included.
Yes. And I got to say right off the bat, Mike, the nose on this thing is so dirty too. From being 80% bourbon, I was expecting a very clean nose. This has got a lot of dirtiness. It's almost smoky, but not. It's clearly there's some dirty sherry importance in here,
Buddy, I almost thought to myself, did they have one of maybe their Springbank casks second use, and it had some peated whiskey in it? They probably would disclose that. Would be my guess. But I tell you what, there's an earthy note to it. And again, this is a criticism I've had lately of Springbank. They keep going away from the funky Springbank, and they keep going to more cask dominated expressions. Mm-hmm. Man, this is for Hazelburn. This is real funky.
Yeah, well, and for all we know, they reused a Longrow. I mean, they really wouldn't have to disclose that. It could be refilled Longrow bourbon casks.
No, it's probably just wood smoke from the oak being 21 years old. It's probably what it is. But I tell you what, it's imparted a nice bit of.
Yeah, well, and they're near enough the sea where you might get some salinity, especially at 21 years coming through.
I don't know, man. This is a pretty well developed smoke in this. All right, am I off?
I'm with you. I was going to go to that point, is that I get like a dirty, funky sherry, and then I get a very distinct bit of smoke. It could be wood smoke, but man, it really reminds me of Springbank, slightly peated notes.
It almost reminds me of Balvenie 17-year-old peated cask. Not quite that. I mean, actually, from what I remember, it's pretty close.
I mean, this isn't a super strong peat note, but it's there, and it's very unmistakable.
It's a smoky note. Okay, but with the sweetness, when you go back to focusing on the sweetness, which it's a nice back and forth between the two, you are right. At the very end of it, I think the port comes in, and it just gets blue and plummy.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, it gets almost fat and juicy at the end. You know what I mean? It kind of is mid-ridge, and then it kind of just goes off. And it doesn't, is this cask strength?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing because it's such an odd ABV, and they usually go to 46 on these.
I'd make it odd if it was me. You know what
I mean?
So
it makes me think this was cask strength, but I have not actually done any research on that part. It doesn't say it.
Doesn't say it.
But, I mean, and I know for some of the 25s, they barely are proofing them down to get to that 46, so it wouldn't shock me if this was almost cask strength and they still decided to proof it down a hair. I don't know.
Your single cask like ports and sherries, did they say cask strength on them?
They did, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, they're good with disclosure, man. They'd say it.
Yeah, but if it's going to be the wide scale releases like this, they're a little less because they like to use sort of a generic packaging. And I'm trying to think here. There is a little bit more detail on the back of this than I would have expected, but no real helpful elements here either.
Talking in circles.
Yeah, I mean, again, they keep these pretty generic because basically they want to reuse the same labels and then mix it up every time.
The more you make, the less they are. I tell you what, Dustin, I didn't expect this from Hazelburn. This is one of the dirtier Hazelburns I've ever encountered. I mean, it's usually just sweet, sherry, pungent, but it's not never this old.
Yeah. Well, but mind you, if you put this next to a Springbank 21, the Springbank 21 is going to have more peat. It's going to be a little more obvious. Like, just by all means.
Just from a Hazelburn perspective.
Yes.
You know, I'm not really getting the crystalline sugars that I sometimes will get from them.
It's not the citrusy notes you get on the tins either, which I love that note, but it's not here at all.
You know, I'm trying to look at some things from the Oloroso releases that, you know, are familiar. And again, the sherry note, while slightly tamer, is there.
Yeah, I mean, those are such sherry bombs. It's hard to really judge. And really, we haven't had a lot of Hazelburn otherwise. I've had the Barolo. We had the Cognac single cask. I have an 11-year bourbon cask that, I mean, against bourbon, that's hard to compare.
Man.
They don't do enough. We don't do enough Hazelburn because they don't make enough. It's by far their rarest spirit.
Milk, chocolate, sherry, honey, plums, and just a nice overwhelming smoke. Like almost like dirty cookies. Like instead of sugar dough cookies, no sugar here, dirty cookies.
I was going to say a little bit of brown sugar cookie more so than sugar cookie.
Yeah, sure. It's funky though.
I'm starting to even wonder if maybe the ports, some of the funk too.
It's hard to tell.
The sherry and ports are sort of playing, you know, in the same game. They're similar. It smells so good. It's so easy. I was trying to get a judgment on the legs here, guys, to kind of get back to that whole cast strength comment earlier. And they are thick for being 43 something, but I couldn't tell you they're like super thick or, you know, I'm seeing cast strength notes there.
Sweet at first, but as soon as you swallow, Dustin, the smoke just comes up like that. Just covers everything. Quick fire. Dances all over it. Honey and everything's nice here on the finish. I will say this. I think the mouthfeel, I feel like it's more viscous than 43 too. It leads me to believe that maybe this is higher to cast strength than I originally thought.
When you first swallow, it does kind of come at you with a little bit of a punch, a little bit of a metallic-y note, which is very common in Hazelburn throughout the line. Which gives it a little bit higher.
There's a twinge of metallic at the end. Twinge of copper.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of a higher alcohol feel. So it makes you think maybe this is a little bit like sharper in alcohol.
Warms it up a bit.
Maybe there's a reason they wanted to proof it down. Again, I part of me just thinks it came in under 46 and that's how they wanted to go. The other thing I've been looking for, Mike, is I haven't always noticed a lot of sediment. I don't know if you guys can see much there. A little bit of, you know, particles in there, but as Springbank goes, the triple distillation, it's a much cleaner malt. Not a shocker, but I was thinking, 21, maybe we'd have a little barrel char that's snuck its way in. But not much.
I'll tell you what, man, this is a very unique experience for Hazelburn. Again, I think this is really good viscosity, especially for the ABV. A lot of those same things are still there that I like about, you know, Hazelburn in general. But I tell you what, I don't know where that dirty smoke note came from, but wherever it is, I appreciate it showing up.
As soon as you swallow, this reminds me a lot of those Oloroso casks. The upfront arrival is much more
slightly more
bourbon driven, but once I swallow, I get all that nice old sherry. Really good.
You know, it's easy to miss too, because that smoke comes in for me right after it, or maybe not, because it was sweet at first. You're right, a little bit of bourbon sweetness and everything, and then a little bit of sugarness on the palate, and then instantly. That smoke came in for me right there in the end, so maybe they'll give me one more time to eat. Maybe I missed that.
Like I'm going to be a risk taker here and add water to this one. I actually have already tried this at home, so I do know that it will not fold completely, but obviously a risk anytime you put water into whiskey under 46 especially is a concern. Unless you're Ralphie, in which case, bring out the spoons.
Tell you what, those Glencairn cups and glasses were always dangerous too. I broke every one of them. Every one. I mean, my wife told me, like, just stop.
You're done. You're cut off.
You know what it is? Pencils I always struggled. They were too small. Like pens when they're thick, much easier to write. It's just like anything else. They're made for much smaller-handed people. Keith. All right, so getting back to this one, Dustin. With a little bit of water.
Water brought out a little bit more of the Hazelburn malt. A little bit of that little metallic vegetal note kind of comes through here. Smells good. Still sweet, still heavily poured and sherried.
Yeah. Didn't change it a lot on the nose. But you're right. A little bit, that twinge of metallic came up. But it's a bright metallic. If that
it's not something I dislike on this at all. It's just something that, like, Hazelburn has it. And
I kind of equate it with a clean note to it as well.
It's that third distillation, I guess. A little more time on the still.
A little more time on the still.
It just smells so good.
It does. It really does.
This is so inviting, guys. And what I like about this, if you're trying to, pull out a Springbank type product and you want to impress your friend who's more newer to whiskey, but they're very, they can't handle a lot of, intense flavor. They like Macallan 18. They like maybe a Glenmorangie 25 or an 18 or something like that. This is a showstopper whiskey because it adds that extra earthiness, depth, complexity, but it's still approachable. It's easy to drink. It's so good.
Hazelburn and Oloroso go together so well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So well.
They really need to bring back the 12 Oloroso and just, pump that out and try to make that a Macallan killer.
I can't think that was the same demographic to begin with. That held water pretty well as far as viscosity. And it kept everything pretty much the same. Cleaned it up, actually.
Cleaned it up. It brought more of the bourbon cask sweetness.
Yeah. Now I'm getting some more of the fruitier notes.
Well,
maybe a little twinge of...
Unbelievable. It held water so well.
A little pear or some type of...
Yeah. I was going to say pear.
Soft fruit?
Yeah, like a slightly smoked pear. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean like a smoker, but maybe like wood smoke with... a little bit of wood smoked pear.
Yeah. Yeah, it really cleaned it up, a little bit of water.
That's great.
It is. Nice transition there.
It's a great whiskey.
It almost took the haze off the experience. I could get so much more of it.
I want a higher ABV and stuff like that, but man, this is just classic, epic whiskey.
I'm not really missing the ABV, Dustin. I assumed I would.
It's way better than I assumed.
I've had 46 and 47s that weren't as good.
Oh, this drinks 48 all day.
Agreed.
This would compete with the 48er all day. But you know me, man. I won 55.
It was a shockingly low number. It kept getting small at 4, 3, 2. Come on.
Yeah. Well, and the price on these things is staggeringly high, unfortunately, here in the States. And I got a decent price, and I still...
You bought some whiskeys, and I was like, hey, man, you want to grab these? And you're like, no, I can't spend money. And they call me 2 days later, man, I spent 4 digits last night because I got free shipping. That's not how that works, Dustin.
No, I got a free bottle of Buffalo Trace.
That's what it was.
And I got free shipping. I got both.
$30 bottle and free shipping. So my wife when she comes back from Target.
You know what? The intent of that was a little bit of a joke, but I'm not going to lie. I was literally $5 short of free shipping. I was like, all right, what do I add? I saw this and I was like, man, I want that.
Just fruit.
And there was nothing else on that site I was excited about.
Just fruit.
I was just like, man.
$5, how about $5?
And then I was like, you know what? Hey, I get a free bottle of Buffalo Trace that I can mix and coke. That's not bad either.
Hit click before you think about it, Dustin.
All right. Exactly what I did.
Whiskey score time. Your bottle. I'll go first. This went up a point at the very end in my mind. Due to the fact that it handled water so well, and I really like the way it cleaned it up. I love the original experience. I wasn't expecting it. It was like anything else. I didn't ask for it, but I'm glad I got it. Dustin, 91 out of 100. What do you got for me?
Mike, same score.
Good one.
I am absolutely in love with this whiskey.
It's a good one.
I just went back to it to kill it off here. Mm-hmm. And the port hit me on the upfront arrival for the first time. Blueberries and plums, man. Mm-hmm. This is excellent. I can't believe how good this is.
Glad you got it.
91 all day. I'm super happy.
Threw an eyeball in this.
I wish they'd make that every year, but I know Hazelburn is. I think they're even delaying the 10 for a little bit. Springbank's struggling with their cask stuff. I actually, Roy and Ralphie just did their Oswald's or whatever that is. Mm-hmm. The online Scotch Whiskey Awards.
We did that this time.
Yeah, we were contributors at the second stage.
Threw my 2 cents in.
But I gotta say, one thing I've got to strike Springbank down a little bit for is, they're not doing a great job of keeping, mature casks available. They're having some cask issues. That should be some points off, guys, if you're voting on them. Just saying.
You voted for them, I'm sure.
I did, but I'm just saying.
Taking points off, it shouldn't change your decision, really, is what you're trying to say.
What I'm getting at, well,
they do better than most, Dustin. Like anything else, you're hard on because it's your favorite distillery.
I think they're doing worse. I think they're doing worse than other distilleries in terms of that.
I think they're making the best of what they got. That's my opinion.
Well, yeah, but I think again they rushed out stuff. They put things out they shouldn't have. I think they're. Because I mean, again, they're not selling Hazelburn 10 right now. They don't have enough 10-year-old Hazelburn right now.
Yeah, they seem like terrible decision makers.
Anyway,
those are our thoughts on this particular whiskey. 91 right here for Dustin and I. If you guys fancy trying this one or a fan of Hazelburn in general, let us know what you guys think. Dustin, until next time, what do you wish the folks?
Happy triple distilled whiskey drinking.
See you then.